This is things that we do not talk about.
Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm joined by my mother.
Hi family.
So we have decided to start a new series on my channel. We talk about topics that might benefit you or topics that are not easy to talk about. If you have any suggestions of any topics that you want us to touch on, do comment down below. And today, my mother's going to introduce our topic, which is
The place called home.
the place called home.
There are different ways of looking at it. One might be, of course, define what the place called home is.
But that also differs depending on the person.
For sure, for sure. But again, the place we call a home, for sure, is a place where we were all born, because everyone was born.
True.
And everyone belonged to a family.
Yes.
Whether it will be the early days of life, others
Later days of
up
life.
until matric, and then they begin to leave home and start new homes. For sure, okay, it says to us then there are generations to it, because we start as being children, and we grow and become adults. And when we become adults and start our own families, we create new homes for our children. And yeah.
And they create new homes.
And
for
then
their
they create their
children.
homes for their children.
And then their
and
children
then
create homes, and it's just a constant cycle.
Exactly.
But how would you say, how would you define home for you?
For me, a home, as I indicated earlier on, is where I grew up as a child. And then I began to do childhood things, and under the guidance of my parents. And then I went to primary education. That's where I attained my primary education. And then I went to secondary education. I went to high school, but still during school holidays I'll go back home. And then in university, during school holidays or university holidays again, one will go home. So for me, a home then is that place that I cannot disown, because it's a place that I have to be at some point. And who is there? Who is at home? In my situation, this was my mother, because she was the housewife. So that is the idea of a home that I have. A place where my mother was, a place where I find peace, a place where I become me, you know? So yeah, and whoever that person I am is acceptable.
It's a place. So home is the place where you are accepted for who you are, with no judgment of the person that you are. Obviously, I feel like, you know, when you're at home, depending on the place that you call home, because we're all different, you know. For me personally, I call home a place where my mom is, you know, because wherever she is, I associate that with home for me. And, you know, it also depends. There's a lot of things, a lot of factors, you know, that can define home for everyone, you know. Because if, let's say, someone's parent is not accepting of them, that person won't associate wherever their parents are as a space where that as home. It might be home, yes, but is it home? Is it truly home? Where is it a space where you feel comfortable? Is it a space where you feel content with yourself and at peace with yourself? You understand?
And also another way of looking at it, as I'm thinking of it now, the home, of course, we put definitions as our experiences.
True.
Because if we were not doing that, it wouldn't be real, you know. But to make it real, it's sharing our own personal experiences. And as much as it might appear as if housewives were are outdated things, but housewives, as in our parents, they were able to make those homes so warm. And where when they're going to come back from school, because during our time, school was distant, like we travel, you walk,
kilometers,
you know. But you know, when you get home, you will find home, you find food after school, warm. Okay. I don't know what is it in English.
I mean, it's because it's something for our culture.
And umka is warm. You know, so because the mother was there, the mother would make sure that there's food for children. The mother would make sure that there is warm clothes, there's clothes for children, and you knew that there was routine at home. So home, and in this day and age also, my children do not recognize my home as their home.
I mean, okay.
Yes.
I mean, are you touched by that?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I just wanted to know.
No, I'm not.
I mean,
it doesn't really worry me because it is not their home indeed. Because they never really spent their early days there. They see themselves as visitors there. But wherever we stay,
that's where home is.
That's where is home.
I feel like for us, for me personally, as I said before, for me, home is where my mom is, because obviously that's a space where it is warm for me. I think sometimes I don't necessarily associate home with objects, if you get what I mean. I don't associate home with a house, because that for me that's materialistic, or I don't know, what do people do? Like a house is where home is. Oh
yeah, some people will think of it like that.
I don't associate it like that for me. I think for me it's more, I don't want to say emotional attachment, but it's really a space where I feel accepted, you know, as I said before.
In the presence of your mother.
Okay, Mom.
No, I'm just saying, Kaloko. I'm just saying. Because in the absence of that mother, do you think you will feel the attachment or the warmth? Or
I think, you know, sometimes, okay, well, if you need to put it that way, okay, so let's say you vanished.
Yeah.
Disappeared.
Okay. I'm out of the picture.
Out of the picture all of a sudden. I think it would be difficult to okay, obviously I am grown, I have grown. You have taught me what a home is, and I would strive to establish that for myself without my mother, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not that I was yes, home for me, home will be with my mom, wherever my mom is, but there will be a time where I have to readjust, you know, readjust and be like, oh, hey, my mom is no longer around. So, but the definition for me for home doesn't necessarily have to change just because she's not there. The memory of her will constantly be there.
But again, Galod, remember, dearest, remember the stages of development.
But I told you, someone, I stay in your house forever.
No, fair enough. The stages of development, there will be a time when you will need to create a home for your children.
Yeah, this is okay. As we said, this is the introduction to our series. So don't hesitate to comment down below anything that you want us to touch on. And yes.
Oh yeah.
So we will see you in our next episode of Conversations with My Mother. Bye.
Bye.